on Facebook real quick for me?
Yeah.
And I'll get these, make sure everything's going.
What are we live?
Making yourself sound pretty, sir. Move this more right here. Let's pick it up everywhere I want it. Make this mic look nice too. And that picture, that beautiful picture.
Good afternoon. Thought you were calling.
Wait,
What's
what?
this thing called again?
We're gonna call it like a. We're not a call center.
No. What is this?
Weaving
Geeks
the
of
Web,
right?
Yeah.
Geeks of the Web with
And now,
We-
presented by Geeks of the Web.
Please tell me we're not streaming this.
This is streaming right now.
How long has he?
So you got
Hey,
about
I'm
30
just
seconds
saying.
of that.
You know, you gotta have fun with it.
I mean, he is right. We do.
Now, brought to you by.
There we go.
Geeks of
All
the
right.
Web. It's what? Why are you giving me a look?
I know, she
I'm-
gives you the look. And I'm like, yeah.
Just, you know, I could
She's
do
like,
1930s radio announcer.
No, it's because of all the garbage
know-
you were saying earlier
No,
and all
it
the
was
other
muted.
names you were throwing out that I have to make sure you don't actually do again.
Oh, Thanos. Are they one and the same? Who knows?
I mean, Thanos would do.
Yeah.
Trump, they probably are the same.
Hindsight 2020.
Exactly. So, after our rambunctious little ramble, I guess.
Yeah, don't mind Grim. He's not used to all this, so
I get to be in front of the camera.
Next time you can be behind the camera. Though. We're going to keep you back there.
He's like, you go behind the camera, and that's it.
Yeah.
duct tape.
Remember,
You got to hold the camera too.
silence is golden. Duct tape
It
is
is
silver.
silver.
So, episode 3, Geeks of the Web presenting Weaving the Web. I mean, I still like that. It rhymed, so it works. Vash Stampede here.
Shield Maiden essay.
FT Grimlock, how you doing?
I mean, no one saw his hand because it was
Yo.
off screen. It's way off screen.
I
over there.
lost my arm! Sorry.
But he did let you know he's waving at you guys.
Yeah.
So, episode 3, like I said, this is the... What's today? Today's the 18th?
Yep.
March
Yeah.
18th, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all of you are probably still hungover. I mean, I would assume. Most
Dude,
people
by
are.
now they should have already Jamesoned that out.
I mean, no, now you're drunk
Yeah.
again.
Jameson,
Now you're just drunk again.
Jameson, and then go to Krispy Kreme for them green donuts. Did you see those? They
What?
did green
Yeah.
glazed donuts
For
for
St.
St.
Patty's
Patrick's
Day.
Day.
Oh, my... No, I didn't see that because I didn't do anything. I was just chilling with y'all. And I
that's
didn't
true.
pay attention to anything.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was the thing
like,
that
nah.
worried me at brunch this morning was when they said one of the people out with us was ordering a really awesome mimosa drink, and I'm like, wait, I have everything for that in the house. I can make that on my own time.
Yeah, you know, everything's in
and-
my cabinet too.
And they
Sounds
said,
good.
let us go make sure we can make that because we might be out of Jameson. And I'm like, what do you mean you might be out of Jameson? Like,
How do you do that?
because so their was
Turn this off.
it was St.
Okay.
Patty's Day yesterday.
Well, yeah.
And I get that, but if you're a restaurant and a bar, you know St. Patty's Day is coming, you overstock for St. Patty's Day.
I mean, that's...
For Jameson.
And the other side of it, you think about it, you really should have thought about that because people who normally don't drink Jameson are be like, St. Patrick's Day,
I'm
Jameson!
Irish today, guys. This is my one day I'm Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one day, you know.
Stupid.
It was funny. They're like, oh, this tastes a little
You
bitter.
know what? You know what? Corned beef and cabbage.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
that story, though.
Mm,
You should know that story.
I don't think I've been told that story.
it's got to be corned beef and cabbage. If I'm
You
not
don't-
Irish.
I'll have to say that later.
Okay.
I have to. I can't do it. There's a story
Yeah.
with corned beef and cabbage, and if she approves it, I will tell you everybody later. But there's just corned beef and cabbage story with me, so it's pretty
Never
terrible. What?
Nothing. I just...
What? Stick your beef in it. What?
Okay, that just sounded really wrong, and
I know.
that's not where I'm with that. So continue on, sir.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
going to continue on. So, as you can see, we all hung out. I guess on Saturday we played some D&D.
Played some
Yep,
D&D.
we did some D&D. A 9-person campaign where everyone was playing as children. It was great. And what do you do as children? Well, let's start a fight and pick on bullies, which was
I don't know what
great.
you're talking about. I was just petting a dog.
Which was great.
I wasn't fighting
No, it
anybody.
was great because it was a couple characters, including Vash over here, were like, I don't know if we should get involved because they're beating the hell out of those other kids. I don't care if the one was being a bully. His knee is on the other side of his leg. That's not right. But I thought it was amusing. It was fun. It was actually kind of interesting. People acting as kids. In fact, one of our players said, he was going to treat this character as the way he was as a kid. Hence why he knocked the bully's knee to the other side. That's a whole other story.
My character's too small. She can try. Every fail she rolled, spell she tried failed epically. So that's how at the end she was like, "Karens are here. I'm petting a dog. I'm petting a dog."
You're going
dog.
The dog only has a wisdom of. The cat only has a wisdom of 3.
But an attack of D20.
Yeah,
on some made-up website.
What website you found?
Hold on.
Yeah, go back to it.
And then we're gonna go. We need to
the only thing I've ever known that has had a D20 to their attack is a 20th level monk in 3.5, and nobody makes it 20th level monk in 3.5.
I think the highest level I got as a monk was like 6, and then I think I died. I don't remember what happened to that monk. He was a badass though. I liked him. He died.
Oh, so what is the wisdom of a cat? That's what it was.
So, she's pulling up this made-up site. So as you can see, that's what we do. So, like I say, I like to talk, just shoot shit for a few minutes. And
got Szechuan sauce.
we did get Szechuan sauce. I'll post a picture of that. There's random McDonald's in San Antonio that have it already, but I guess they're going to be a permanent thing someday over the rainbow.
They're like testing, and as soon as people find out, they just go and just like, I got
Oh my
this.
gosh! So, did you try it though?
Yeah. Wasn't bad. I never tried it originally though.
I didn't either. And when I tried that, so we had another buddy there.
Like I think when Mulan came out, I was like in the Mediterranean, so honestly no.
When did Mulan come out? Like
97, 98?
So I was
Yeah, so you might have been.
I was
shipping
out
it.
to sea. I was in the Navy. I was gone.
I was 18, but I was still like riding the high from Hercules.
I'd like to point out hang on, I gotta plug my battery in. Or my charger in.
Wait, there was a Hercules movie?
Yes.
Don't stab me.
So
There's too many people watching for me to stab you.
I mean, you can
Please, more. We need more people to watch so she doesn't stab me. Please. Please. You know what?
next week. Why is there only Vash? Where is everybody else?
Well,
one's in jail. One's
No.
buried.
She'd find a way to turn it around. Like I said,
Of course it was.
Probably.
because
But it's sad. Like I just think about that. So you're in the Mediterranean. You were 18. I was still there.
you got bit by you stepped on a nail, and because of tetanus, your leg just rotted off in 5 seconds. Not happening.
Well, I never said it would take 5 seconds. It might be a really long.
No.
Like all of a sudden you just
So-
you get the credit for the kill over time.
Overtime. Overkill. So that
Death from
was-
the grave.
Oh my god. Kilimanjaro. I can keep going with Halo references. So, like we say, we like to shoot shit. This is our shooting shit. Now, on to other topics. We got a few that, I want to talk about. Why am I not looking at the wrong one? So the first thing I wanted to bring up, did y'all see the trailer yet? For the newest trailer for the Avengers. The newest
Yes.
one.
Wait, there's an Avengers movie coming out?
Okay, get out of the rock, and then you can check it out.
No, I did see the new trailer. The sad part is, as a fan of Marvel, I haven't seen the last 3 Marvel movies, but it's not because I don't want to see them. I've just really been busy with stuff going on, so I'm like, I know where they're at.
Yeah, we're
Don't bring it up.
like, we should go see the movie,
Yeah.
and
the
then we
one,
don't go.
The one movie you should see.
And you need to come right here.
So,
Because see, what you keep doing is you keep leaving more there. And I'm right there. I'm right there.
yeah.
And now I'm back out at sea.
Yay! So you're used to that, so you're good.
Yeah.
Super strength, though, don't forget.
He's not Captain America.
Captain America.
No, he's not Captain America. It's Steve Rogers.
It
He's
doesn't
no
matter. He never
longer
has-
he's no longer Captain
Okay.
America.
Steve Rogers.
Hold on, seriously. After Shield, betrayed him
Yeah.
and tried to wipe him out, and after he gave Stark the shield, he's Nomad now.
Okay.
But they're not going to go with Nomad,
Let's-
but it's Steve Rogers.
Let's-
It's
okay.
not Captain America.
Steve Rogers, it still has no he never had superhuman strength.
He did.
No. He has the top strength
has-
at which would be at your physical ability. He never had superhuman strength.
Look, here's the other thing. If anybody's ever read the Infinity Gauntlet comic, you do realize, and they're probably not going to do this in the movie,
No.
but you do realize that he just basically Thanos just snaps his fingers, and half the population of the universe goes away.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they're going to do.
They're not
They're
going to sit
to.
there and go, well, all these characters can't stand up to him. No, they're all going to... Because they know that literally if you play the character the way he's supposed to be played, let's be honest, Josh Brolin's going to whoop the hell out of everybody and not even break a sweat.
But that's the whole point, though. He does, because he is Thanos. Thanos is that powerful. He's going to be able to take everybody out.
Yeah, because he's a titan.
He's as strong as a god. You can't fight a god. The only reason they beat him in the comic books is because he loves death. So I'm kind of curious how they're going to play that aspect.
Yeah, but the weird thing is now that Disney owns everything with
Yeah.
Marvel, almost, You do realize that the best thing that would be do is if they have death in there, Deadpool shows up because
but that would be funny.
But I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that'd be
I doubt it will. But the last little thing I liked in the trailer too was the last piece where, hey, I'm Peter Parker. What's your name? Doctor Strange. Oh, we're using our made up names. I'm Spider-Man then. It's like, yeah, that's right.
Is it bad to say that I preferred the animated Doctor Strange over the live action?
Ooh.
Is it? I mean, just because of the way that it came about, I kind of like how that. And I know the story did stick to a similar. It's just for some reason I just prefer. It's like the DC. Like DC can never make. Let's be honest, they can't make a good movie. They can make a really good animated movie though.
No, they can't.
That's true.
And they can't. What's going on? Why is I'm losing messages? I don't know why it's fading.
No. It says ready and waiting.
Connected.
Fade
2 to
away.
3. Working on Twitch. Okay, so I lost Twitch chat. Sorry if you're on Twitch. So, I mean, it was a good trailer though. I recommend. The movie looks like it's gonna be good. I mean, we all know we're gonna lose 4 superheroes at the end of this movie.
Yeah, that's just.
So,
I mean,
why do I get that look? Their contracts are over.
But maybe there are people that didn't know.
Oh well, 4 of them. I didn't say who. 4 superheroes will be dead. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Peter Parker's one of them.
Yes, because God knows they replaced him enough.
Exactly.
The next movie, the next Spider-Man movie, it's going to be literally a 4-year-old and a 16-year-old as Aunt May. Okay, because she gets younger and younger every movie.
I mean, that's so true.
You're not lying.
It is so true. Hey, that's the one thing. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's like
a little weird.
No. Especially if Tony Stark hitting on her.
Yeah.
What? So that was kind of odd.
Yeah, I'm always wondering about that because in the movies, like him and Pepper thing, so he's like hitting on some woman on the side. Just saying. And for those of you who haven't seen Iron Man 3, Pepper's got powers now. So try to have a side chick.
She lost him at the end of that film.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, they took everything out to fix her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then she leaves him. They comment that she left him in Avengers 2.
That's okay. She probably got a really big bat.
It's probably. I mean, he is only Tony Stark. He's only human, so you can knock him out with a baseball bat.
I don't know. He's got the second hardest working liver in the universe.
Wait, who was the first?
Rick.
Oh God.
Rick Sanchez. People.
She shot me in the liver, Morty. It's the hardest working liver in the galaxy.
That's true. So I mean, the trailer's good. I mean, I have some high expectations for it, but trying to stay kind of low because. I mean, it's Thanos, man. Yeah. I'm afraid they're gonna screw him up. I really am. One of the girls at work thinks Howard the Duck's gonna have one of the
Howard the Duck
gems.
would be so cool.
I'm leaning this way so I can drink my soda without showing the label.
I mean, that's a good point there.
Like, I don't want to sit there and all of a sudden we're getting cease and desist from a cola company because I'm trying to have a drink while talking.
From Dallas.
Yeah.
I think they have...
Some of these are these are just kind of red herrings. Is Howard the Duck going to show up? That'd be awesome.
Here's the catch. These could be the red herrings where they're trying to build up to what are we going to do after this film? Because, like we said, we know that we're losing 4 superheroes.
We're losing at least 4.
Marvel is making bank for Disney right now.
Avengers West Coast. hey! It was a comic series. Don't.
I know, but
it wasn't a good one.
I will say this. I know.
Howard the Duck.
I really do think what everybody's expecting, and I know me personally. I don't know about everybody. All I want to hear, and I know it's going to be in that final battle. I know it's going to be. I just want to hear Steve say Avengers Assemble. Everybody's been waiting. It's the big battle cry, especially on that. So I think that's but I think the problem is I think after that's where you're going to start.
I thought the battle cry was language.
No. It's in the comics. Whenever they were ready to go hardcore about it, it was Avengers Assemble. Everybody get together and let's go. And they did. They teased that on Ultron. That was beautiful.
I was like, Avengers again!
And then they just click.
I was so mad.
They pulled a Sopranos moment. They did. Yeah. The screen goes black. Have a nice day.
But I'm hoping because now, like you said, they have the rights to Fox's characters. Everybody, Silver Surfer. I'm hoping
Silver Surfer would be interesting. I would.
Because it'd be funny.
For me, it's a toss-up, though, with Fantastic Four and all the Fantastic Four movies. Solely because... Yeah, I know.
But you could tease them now.
Say what you want. No, hear me out. Say what you want about the entire thing. Okay, I'll be honest. The version where Chris Evans was Johnny Storm...
Yeah.
Their version of Doom in the first movie... I liked it. I liked it.
Yes.
Everything else was a little cheesy. A little campy.
Yeah. But he was such.
He
a
was
good
amazing.
dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, again, the movie wasn't the greatest, but I admit I was at the end of the movie when the ship's going away and you see the name of the country it's going to, you're like, all right.
Yeah. And then they jacked it up.
What the? Then the second movie you're just like, yeah, somebody lost a bet and had to make a movie.
Yeah.
But that's but the thing
But someone had a contract and
all
had
of
to
your
make a movie.
all your comic book movies cannot be grand.
A head.
moving?
It's just a head. So.
So anyway, so now that they've bought the Fox properties, they have the ability to now reboot that series and bring those in.
Silver Surfer would be perfect to come out.
But I think what the biggest thing is that they have still yet to learn. Every movie does not have to be an origin movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
Even if people have never heard of these characters, you don't need to do that. Now with Fantastic Four, you don't need to go, okay, this is how they got their powers. They've done that in 2 movies. Batman, every version of Batman has given you, this is how he became Batman. We know.
Martha! How'd you know that name? Anyway, so...
Because I watch your show, and everything's really great when I make house there. Oh, Martha Stewart I was talking about. Sorry. But it's the whole point, is I think that there's all these versions that they're saying when they go on further. But honestly, and I think, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me after the Avengers movies. They may not do a big grouping movie anymore after this. There might be... You might see where they start going away from Inhumans and starting to head back into mutants now that
they have the rights.
Now they have the rights. I'm not saying Hugh Jackman's going to show back up. No. That'd be awesome, though. It would. Hugh Jackman in the yellow costume. Like, have you seen the alternate ending to the Wolverine? And it's that'd be that epic moment when you're like, of course, the yellow spandex joke was.
But here's the catch, though. But they've made good money off of the buddy film. So that's part of why Avengers did so well in the first place, is you had all these superheroes coming together showing how they were going to work together. Yeah. Now, if Marvel thinks they could do... but that's the problem. Is like, every Fantastic Four movie has progressively gotten worse. Yeah. It started out bad and has progressively gotten worse. It's like Godzilla.
I mean, like I said...
No.
Like Armageddon said, though. They don't count now. So we can start all over. And that's what I'm hoping they're going to do. Because they'll give you... But like I said, this would be the good time to bring them out because Silver Surfer can come out and they can come out because they also deal with space a lot. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. They may not be MCU, but that may be where they're going to go since we're losing so many in the Avengers
on a personal note, I do find it kind of odd that between all of the MCU movies, they've kind of gotten away from magic. Magic isn't magic. It's just another version of science. And that kind of throws me for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
In a lot of your characters, like your Avengers were always kind of like, we're dealing with stuff at home and maybe some intergalactic stuff. Yeah. And then you had the Fantastic Four. It was like alternate realities and other things. I think...
they did. They really did.
But Strange has magic.
So but see, in the Marvel Universe, though, they describe magic as essentially... in Thor, it was they describe how they describe... your ancestors call it magic, you call it science. We live in a world where it's one and the same. Yeah. So in their mindset...
Oh, God. I asked Josh... Trank?
Trask.
Trask.
Yeah.
I can't see him.
No, Trask. I'm thinking the X... Oh, Sentinels.
His movie was butched. I'll have to look that one up. Now I'm going to look that one up later.
But again, the thing is... I guarantee you 98.7% of the executives that are putting these movies out, they're not comic book fans. They don't know what to,
And that's where the push is. That's where you're getting some more movies now where they're trying to get away from the investor, so to speak, to do it their way. But that causes a big rub in Hollywood because, you have these big time executives that have always said, hey, this is how we want it done. And this is how we're going to do it, and this is what we're going to fund.
By the way, if you want to see a great version of that, watch the Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren. Eyeshadow, alcohol, and skull-covered throwing knives.
Oh, he's a fantastic... Okay, now I know who he is. Yeah. Armageddon. Yeah. So the next... What did you have? I wanted to see. Did you have anything...
Well, one of the things that I think is just kind of... Are we talking MCU or are we moving on? Or are we moving on now?
Let's move on. Because that was like a good 20-minute
It's my fault, honestly.
Yeah, I'm glad he called it. Because I was going to call it otherwise. Because what it is, it's a virtual reality ride. And so... But you still are on the track. So there's parts of it that are VR and parts of it that are... That are actual track. And so it's going to be a trackless system where the cars rotate, the cars spin. So as you're going through and you can see all these characters, you're going to be able to see them out of your peripheral. You're going to be able to see your Bowsers and, you know, Princess Toadstool and everybody as you're racing through. And this is going to be a ride that's kind of going to go up and over through some tubing in the park. Now, they're still working on the logistics, however, for the 2 sites in the United States for Universal. Now, the way that I know that this is actually going forward is there have been some documents released by Universal Studios Florida showing where they're demolitioning Kittyland. Because when Universal Tokyo was built, there apparently was like an empty lot that they purchased that they hadn't done anything with. So they were able to use that to expand out for Nintendo Land.
That makes sense.
But you have Universal Florida and Universal Hollywood that have already so much stuff around them, they have to figure out how they're going to build it into the park.
There are so many amusement parks in Orlando. We're not going to talk about that one.
I mean,
I'm just going to say I'm just going to say on that note.
Sorry.
The great thing is though is if, unlike here in the United States, we've been watching a lot of videos about stuff over in Japan, especially Universal Studios Japan. Every season, every year, they have 4 unique rides that are only there for the year. This year, I believe it's a Sailor Moon 4D ride, an Attack on Titan 4D ride.
No, that was 2017.
That was 2017. I'm sorry, because they also had the what is the name of it? Case closed. They had a case closed, which is odd, but looked interesting.
And DBZ.
And also a Final Fantasy 75. I don't know. It's a weird number, but it's supposed to be just different parts of all the different Final Fantasy games and things. So I think it's kind of interesting that they do these shows like this. And some of the props that they've shown, like for outside of the theater that they do the Attack on Titan, they have 3 different versions of Titans to get pictures with them.
I will be getting a wide camera eventually.
Well, Graham, you just need more spatial awareness of the camera.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
He's dead.
He's dead, Jim.
I mean, it'd be interesting. That would be fun to see.
Well, and I think so. I mean, I kind of get where Nintendo, because Nintendo Land is kind of geared a little bit more towards kids, which is why I can see where they would go ahead and get rid of Kitty Land in Orlando. Because looking at some of those rides, some of them were kind of outdated. Yeah. One of the attractions was a Barney attraction.
I love you.
Yeah. Now, Woody Woodpecker, I think Woody Woodpecker is a classic throughout the ages.
Right in your forehead.
So, I mean, I can see why they kept that, but there were some others that just really were kind of a little bit outdated, and so, they're basically just tearing that whole thing.
It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim.
I'm a doctor, not a... Oh, wait.
Wait, I'm a doctor? I thought it was Judge Dredd. Aww. Hey, say what you want. The Arnold Schwarzenegger movie was horribly, horribly awesome. However, the new one...
On topic.
Where are we at? Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
He looked at me.
Stay on top.
He gave me that eye.
I mean, the other thing is, I'm a medic, not a doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor help people. Medics just comfort you while you die.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Watch Red versus Blue. That's true.
They'll patch you up.
While you die.
While you die.
While you die. By the way, if any of my family who are corpsmen are watching this, don't. I don't mean that. I really. Oh God. I'm gonna get a phone call. Thank God my phone's on silent.
Well, at least your mom can't patch you up on the table this time.
Not a script writer.
No, that story is literally I got punched by accident. I say by accident. Somebody took something the wrong way, and so we had to go get a first aid kit. And the big first aid kit was at my friend Chris's house, and so that she sewed up my lip on the table, and he's freaking out because he goes, "That's where I eat my Cheerios in the morning."
Oh well, they got blood in your Cheerios.
Yeah.
So that would be cool though.
Yeah,
when do they say that's going to be done?
Well, right now the plans for demolition are for 27. We're the end of 2017.
Yes, I know who it is.
Yeah. So the end of 2017.
You always have the same one.
They start demoing Kittyland in Universal, so they can then start the construction of what they're speculating right now is going to be Nintendo World in the U.S. Nintendo World Japan is already happening. That's a thing. Yeah. That's a done deal. It's
so we're flying to Japan one day. Okay.
Oh, I am. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm going.
I mean, that'll be my next stop.
Yeah.
Will you go? Because
Yeah.
Just put me in the suitcase. I'll chill in that for a little bit. Fly free. I gotta fly. I'm still Jewish. I'm gonna fly free.
Oh my gosh! Really, dude? Yeah. Seriously?
So, on that note, going away from that part, the other thing, I don't know if you. Well,
we always appreciate the support, man.
the other thing I'm trying to figure out which one I would go with first. So the first one I was thinking, because there's like two sad things. Of course, Toys R Us is leaving. Toys R Us is closing down.
See, I have mixed
That's
feelings
sad.
on that because I want to save money on Nerf, and so them going out of business.
I mean,
it's like,
yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's stuff like, I mean, that's cool, but they're the biggest retailer in toys right now.
They're the
still
only
the biggest
real retailer in toys.
Yeah.
Used to
True.
be KB, Toys R Us, and a few other ones.
What was the other one? It was KB and the one that KB bought out. I can't remember the other one.
God.
I remember them buying somebody out.
Yeah, it was.
But here's the situation with that. And here's where people are like, oh, it's all because
Thank
of
you, sir.
Amazon
Appreciate
and
it.
online ordering. It actually doesn't have very much to do with online ordering or other retailers even. It gets down to what happens when you mismanage your business. There was a huge article that I read on CNN Money about why Amazon is not the reason Toys R Us is failing. So we all know, and we've all, or at least some of us may recall, Toys R Us has filed for bankruptcy in the past.
2012 is when they filed bankruptcy.
I don't want to grow up.
Because that's when I first was wondering if they were going out of business.
Right. And there was speculation because that was the time that KB Toys went under. It was right around 2010,
no.
2012.
No, they went earlier than that.
They went-
Like in the 2000, in 99, 2000, I think.
No, because there were still KB Toys open when I moved here to San Antonio in 2005.
They might have been like individual
Yeah.
ones, but I remember being in Virginia and them shutting them down.
And went out of business in 2009.
Yeah.
So completely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
completely
there
in
was
2009
there
was
was
when they were
talk
done.
at that time of what does this mean for retailers like Toys R Us, FAO Schwartz, companies of that that nature.
And like you said, though, Toys R Us, I think some of the online ordering is really hurting them, though.
It's actually not. It's less than one. It's taking away less than 1% of the business. So what's happened here is you have Walmart is doing 10% of Mattel and Hasbro's toy business. Target is doing another 10%. The other problem they're having is they had these contracts.
Really?
Oh,
KB
wow.
Toys got convicted of lying about prices. I did not know that. I'm
So
gonna look
like
that up
price
later, too.
gouging. Wow,
Thanks.
good
Thank
to
you.
know.
Thank you for ruining more of my childhood. Thank you.
That's not
You
hard.
had
We'll just
no
we just need to bring in
childhood.
Michael Bay.
No. You remember, seriously, my
Oh,
dad.
gotcha. Yeah, because a lot of places kind of around that same time were getting caught doing that. They'd say they were having a 50% off sale, but they
Yeah.
were discounting it down to the actual price.
Yeah, that makes sense. I remember that. I can see
So
that.
the article that I was reading about that talked about how when they had that original bankruptcy in 2012,
Right.
usually what happens at that point is you find another investor that's going to take over your debt.
Right, and then you restructure from
Right.
there.
So, but in Toys R Us's case, the company that came in took over less than half of their debt.
Oh,
So they were still burdened with, I want to say it was like $6.7 million in debt
Yeah.
at that point.
But if they were in airlines, they would have been bailed out, no problem. Because don't look at me like that. It's the truth.
She's telling you to stay on topic.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what she
It
said.
exactly
is on topic.
No, it's not.
So, I mean, and that makes sense, though.
Yeah. So the
if you
problem
don't-
that Toys R Us had then is they were letting their stores, and this is why I think we've all been to a Toys R Us store where you walk in there and you're just like, oh snap, like they're dirty. You can't ever find anyone to help you. It's great when the little like check the price things work. That's when they work.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in stores where over a 6-month period, none of their price check scanners worked. They were all out of order. So they weren't able to make up because they were trying to find ways to save money.
Right.
Because literally their sales were just paying the interest on that $6.whatever million.
They're still screwed at that point.
Yeah.
They can never get out at that.
Yeah.
at that
And
rate.
so their thought was, well, hey, we'll cut back our staffing, which then leads to poor customer service, which then leads to people not wanting to come into your store because they can't find the things they need and they can't get help. Hence,
that was one
not
of the
fixing
reasons
the
I stopped
problem.
going. But I'm doing for the sales. I have a gift card still for my kiddo. Thank
Yeah.
you,
You better hurry up
sister.
and use it.
I know. I'm waiting for them
Yeah.
to start putting everything on sale so she can go.
They're probably going to discontinue use of the gift cards before the sales go into effect. Wouldn't surprise me.
I'll have to look.
A
I'll
lot
look
of
at
times
it.
they'll honor them up until the 50% mark.
So at least I can get like 10% off. I'm happy.
Yeah.
So sister's gonna have to figure out what else she's gonna send instead of the same gift card she sends my kiddo. Did you have anything?
No, I'm
Okay.
yeah.
I know you guys have been busy, so I was making sure I had stuff. Well, I want to lead into it. Like I said, got a couple sad ones. So that was sad. To me, that's sad because that's like our childhood. So.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm mixed on it because I'm like, what's
your
that?
childhood?
No,
you didn't have
no. She's like,
childhood,
I get Nerf guns really cheap.
Yeah, no, she didn't have a childhood. That's
what's
all
that?
there
Cheap
is to
Nerf
it.
and cheap Legos? I'm down. Like
that cheap Legos. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. The other thing is, of course, like the other sad news. Of course, we lost Stephen Hawkins this past week.
Yep.
So he was. How old was he? 76.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean,
76.
With his condition, he was never expected to live past like 12.
Okay, and here's the real thing you got to realize about Stephen Hawking. The man was so influential that like the Weather Channel was announcing he's passing.
Yeah.
You know, like places that would never
Nice. I'll have to check that out.
never check out would literally say, "Oh look, here's what was it?
Oh, cool.
You know, yeah, it was all over the radio and TV, but it was strange to hear. I'm checking the weather that morning and then, like that he had passed away.
Yeah.
And I've actually been reading some stuff on him. You know when he did voice work on The Simpsons, right? He was on The Simpsons.
Yes,
that
I
was
remember
legitimately him. He had them send him the script, recorded it, and sent it back.
Oh wow.
And he only had one request about being on The Simpsons. I'm sorry.
It's
He had one request. And there's a scene where he's actually sitting at a bar talking with Homer. He didn't want to have him be drunk. He'd have him share a beer with Homer, but not be drunk. And that was the only thing that he asked of for being on the show. It was kind of cool. He was on there and on
Big Bang
Futurama,
Theory.
Big Bang Theory. You know, he always found time because it wasn't just with the science; it was the humanity. He and here's a man that was only expected to live 2 years past when he was diagnosed, and
50 years later. You know the funny thing is though too, I didn't know he had 3 wives at one point. I mean divorced, but I didn't know he ended up having 3 wives in the end. I thought that was the only interesting thing I had. I'm like, I know he had 3 wives. I mean, like you said, has that disease, so each wife had to know going in that you have to take care of that.
But I think one or two of the wives were before he was diagnosed.
Really? I thought the first one knew though.
I'm not really sure.
I don't remember that.
But I mean,
but
honestly, you know that's the way. I mean, she's marrying me for God's sakes. Look at this mug. You know, but so you know, so there are women out there that go beyond the physical beauty,
and that's true.
And the physicalness of it. It's the relationship.
Exactly. I mean, that's always hard to go into. When someone has a disease like that.
Yeah.
Forever.
That's horrible.
I see the whole music playing now, like the walk-off music. That's all I hear. That's all I heard in my head.
Here, we're going out on couples night. You got a date?
All by myself.
I don't hear that though. I hear the Hulk, and I just see the side of the road, the Hulk walking.
No, that's not true. I mean, David Banner's still got. Never mind.
You know he had no friends though. He had none. So the last thing I wanted to talk about. So did you see who's gonna be the Crow, the new one?
I've heard rumor.
They pretty much confirmed Jason Momoa will be Eric Draven.
See, I take issue with that.
I take issue period because I love the Crow.
I love Jason Momoa. Don't get me wrong.
Most women are attracted to how people affect them on an emotional more than. And yes, that's true.
That's why. That explains so much about you.
Oh, fuck you guys. It's not that. I just mean like. And the fact is, it's a disease, and you go into it knowing to take care of a disease. So it's not the physical part.
Your loneliness is a disease? Or are we talking about...
You ever listen to Spine Shake?
You think you're the first person to stab me? You think you're going to be the
last?
No.
It's the name of a band, Spine Shake. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Okay, then you won't get the reference. Never mind. They have a song called My Disease, so I was going to sing it.
But anyway. I mean, you know that at any point in time that person's going to pass.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like you go in that knowing, it's like going in there knowing the guy has a heart condition. You don't know when he's just going to not wake up.
Or knowing that someone is,
that's what I meant. Yeah. You know they're going to be dead any day now. But anyway.
Back to the
Jason Momoa while she drools. So.
See, but here's my issue though. I love Jason Momoa. I don't love him for the Crow.
See, I don't because I remember. I mean, same thing. James O'Barr and Brandon Lee said it. I don't want the Crow, and I don't want Eric to be this. I'm a fighter. I'm going to use my martial arts. It was just, hey, he's some punk rocker. He doesn't know how to fight. He's not going to know karate normally.
Well, and I mean, he was an emo rocker kid.
Yeah.
So my thing is, and Jason Momoa is a big guy.
He really is.
He's partially Samoan, so even when he's small, he's still a big guy.
He's going to have that V shape. He's going to maybe get a little waist, but he's still going to have this big chest up here, no matter what.
Yeah. And so I guess that's kind of where I'm like. Like Brandon Lee worked because he had that martial artist body, that thin frame.
Yeah.
you still have the taper, but you still had overall that thin rocker emo kid frame.
Yeah.
Sorry, emo kids out there, but I see you guys in
There's
your
not
skinny
much
jeans
left.
and it's emo kids.
Those aren't emo kids anymore.
My only question is if they're going to have a new Crow movie, does that mean we're going to have a resurgence of good music again? We're going to start getting like Joy Division and The Cure and Nine Inch Nails.
We've been waiting for the Crow remake for a long time. We've had
right.
a lot of conversations at a lot of events with James O'Barr directly.
Yeah, and he is the creator of The Crow, and they actually signed him on as the onboard consultant, I guess is the best way to put it. So he actually had a hand in picking more than likely picking Jason Momoa, because I know when we talked to him, they were still looking at The Crow, and they were looking at Shelley.
Though with that, do we know they're picking him for The Crow and not one of the other characters?
He is going to be Eric. Oh. They've already pretty much said he is Eric Draven.
So the next question is, are they going to go more with the movie, or are they going to go more with the comic?
See, now if they go with more of the comic, he kind of fits that bill a little bit because of James O'Barr's art style is very like a Michelangelo statue looks.
Yeah. Right.
So,
and the fact that, in the movie, Top Dollar was the end-all be-all bad guy, which, by the way, was a great bad guy. Every villain in that movie was actually pretty damn good for the type of villain they were.
Oh, yeah.
But Top Dollar wasn't the main villain in the comics. It was T-Bird.
Yeah, because he has this conversation sitting there basically telling him to kill himself because he's going to do it anyway. And
how many angels can dance on the head of a pin? It depends on the tune.
Exactly.
But the whole thing is I think, honestly, as much as I'd probably like to see it, I really, and this is bad for me saying this, I don't think I want to see it. Simply because I think Hollywood's stuck in this cycle of let's just keep retreading the same stuff over and over and over.
Like Armageddon said, he knows me in this. I'm a huge Coach fan. I mean, I think I've met the guy like 6 times already at this point.
Yeah, I've only met him slightly.
You've been there like twice.
It was so bad. No, dude, we've met him together more than that because it's gotten so bad that I was at an event he was at and you weren't there. Mm-hmm. And he asked, he's like, dude, where's the other guy that's always with you?
Yeah, okay. So
like,
and we've seen him like 6 times, and he will be here next month, I think. One of the Wonderland cons.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna make sure I take the damn day off and go.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna get it.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
We're Wonderland anyway, so long enough in the day you can make it.
Kind of.
But seriously,
I mean, my thing is like I was gonna say, Armageddon knows me. He knows how big of a Crow fan I am. He knows the artwork over there is James O'Barr. He knows I have my stuff signed, and like the remake, I'm worried on because it's not. I mean, no matter what, it's not Brandon Lee. First of all, and that storyline was good though for the time.
Well, it was your '90s. That feel and the music and everything felt. Even I think, and let's be honest, if Brandon Lee hadn't died on that movie, I think that he would have become a major player.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I think he would have been who they chose for Neo in The Matrix.
Well, and that's true. And here's the thing. But I mean, I can even tell you right now, I still periodically hear songs from the Crow soundtrack. I'll hear like Stone Temple Pilots.
Media determines pace and have to change. But that's true. He's a huge emo rocker nerd. Jason Momoa or Brandon Lee?
Or you?
I mean, wait, or me?
Hey,
excuse me. Emo rocker
nerd. Every time a copy of my Crow CD gets broke or disappears, I buy another one. So.
Well, but like I mean, I can be driving down the road and hear like some of the Stone Temple Pilots songs that were on that soundtrack. And it takes me right back to 1990s. It takes me right back there.
My first job, I was working in a movie theater. I was actually working in a movie theater when The Crow came out. I watched that movie so much. Not all of it, mind you. I could only catch certain parts. But the whole point is, I remember that came out, and people, like, you see the same people, and it wasn't like kids. You had, adults, parents coming to see this movie because of the story, and you'd see him like 3 or 4 times, and it's like, I mean, he's what made Batman cool basically at that time too, because didn't it come off of the heels of Batman, and it was supposed to be this is the darker Batman? Yes and no. I think more what it was something different, and that was the big thing. Yeah, and unlike now, how it's getting to be. Okay, this works, so let's make 19 other movies that are very similar, but not exactly, but they are. That's where it went. Where The Crow was something totally unique and different. And let's be honest, with Brandon Lee's passing in the movie, during the movie, that actually played into a lot of...
Thank you. Yeah, there's a big delay on it. I don't know why.
A lot of hype about the movie.
Well, I do know why.
Because I think it was people wanted to see... Because in all of the talk, there was never a talk of where did it happen in the films. All it was, he died during filming because of an accident. So I think it was everyone... Later on, it came out when. Later on, it came out where.
Yeah.
But I think people wanted to see, can I see the difference? Can I see where that transition happened? And that was the thing. Like, you know, when I watching it, I couldn't determine the first couple times. Then when I watched, like, later on when they did come out, this is the scene that was being shot when the incident occurred. Yeah. And I saw where it picked up. And now, their saving grace was they had a guy with a lot of face makeup.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry too much on that part.
Yeah. So, with that, as long as you had someone with a similar build and bone structure, you could put the same white makeup on if you had to put a wig on him.
That's true. The Crow was never sold as a comic adaptation. True. It was a normal movie that fans knew the source material. I mean, what's his name? Alex Pross. I can't remember his last name now. Mm-hmm. The guy who went to James O'Barr and was like, huh?
I know you hate that movie, but it's the same thing. It wasn't sold as a comic book adaptation.
Yeah, and that's true. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, back then, when They Got in the Heels of Batman had already come out. Alex, I'm going to say it's Pross, I probably mispronounced his last name, went to James O'Barr because they were trying to find a comic book to turn into a movie, and they were looking for black and white comics because at the time they thought the black and white movies, there would be a black and white comic would be cheaper to make into a movie.
Now, is this also the Phantom came out later?
No, Phantom came out afterwards. It was on the heels of Batman because I remember them saying, watch this, it's darker than the Batman and kind of thing, and that was like the big thing they went
They could have waited and just done a Preacher movies. Oh, Preacher. Like exactly like the comic.
Could you imagine Brandon Lee as the Preacher, though? That would be kind of cool.
No, not at all. Yeah. First off, Brandon Lee is not from Texas, where the Jesse Custer character is
Texas, really?
Yes, he is.
Texas, yeah.
Where is he from? Texas.
East Texas, like
East Texas.
I mean,
and his dad was a soldier, came back from Vietnam.
Really?
And yeah, it's a very. You have never really read the Preacher series.
It's still over there.
You really should.
I bought it to read it. But I have a dilemma. I can't touch it. So, you don't know. I don't know if I told you a story. So, random story. Garth Ennis was in town, the guy who wrote it, right? So, I went there, and they were like, okay, do you want to buy this pass? I was like, yeah, I want to buy this pass. And it was good for like 2 signatures. Well, me and him started chit-chatting. And I had just bought the trade because I was like, I'm going to read it. So, I just happened to have it with my stuff that I wanted him to actually sign, which was some Punisher work. He signed it, and we're just chit-chatting. And he's like, he's blah, 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 blah. And he signs the Preacher one. And I was like, I can't read it now. I don't want to get my oily hands.
Then put it in a case and go get another copy.
I need another copy.
You're right. The Preacher TV show isn't bad.
It's not bad at all. I like the Preacher TV show. So
I didn't say it was great. You got to realize, okay,
but the comic's a lot different.
I actually had to explain to my superiors why I was reading comics that some of the violent acts in there. They're like, do we need to send you for a psych eval? I'm like, no, I just really like comics.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, this is around the time. He had a psych eval every 90 days.
Okay. That's what I was confused.
But it was in the Navy. And not only that, I mean, let's be honest. At one point, if you listen too much Rage Against the Machine, they were looking at you sideways.
Oh yeah, they all looked at me kind of odd with this music.
But no, I think that the big thing is the only other issue I think with the Crow remake that I feel is because we live in the society we live in. People are going to be getting butthurt over the wrong things. They're not going to be just like, it's a movie, enjoy it. No, they're going to be like, well, why isn't this character? Or why didn't they do this way? And
I think that's one thing that I'm kind of happy James is on there. Yeah. And I hope he has some say-so where he's like, I want this kind of music. I want this to be there. And he has a little say-so. He may have actually a little weight this time. And hopefully, like, it'll show. And that's... Yeah. I'm hoping with that. And I'm hoping Jason Momoa does a good job. I mean...
He's
hopefully he
Jason
does.
Momoa is a guy that will really get into any character he's given.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of hoping, but then at the same time I'm like, ooh, I want to. How are you going to lose that mask?
It does. It really does maintain the theme of the comic.
So y'all.
So yeah.
It is. We are getting about that time where we're going to have to wrap it up for today.
Oh yeah, especially with the random hurricane.
winds and random stuff we're getting. Bad weather. So we got to get on out of here for tonight. It has been fun, everybody. Feel free to follow up with us on Tuesday night. On Mixer with Facebook, we are going to be playing
What's the new game we're playing?
Sea of Thieves is this week.
Yes, it is.
Yep, Sea of Thieves releases on the 20th, and we will be playing that on Tuesday night.
So are we playing that one all night? Or what are we doing?
Because
I'll play all night.
We
may have a fourth person, by the way.
Okay.
Just can't talk about, you know what.
All I gotta do is, all I have to ask is this. Is this person going to be like... Are we going to not be like those other guys that lock the guy in the brig?
I'll lock them in the brig myself and be like, let's vote him in.
No,
Justice League was blah, but I did love Aquaman and the Flash. The Flash I loved until he became the Flash too much. I say that because the fact is he was the jokester and the kidster, but then it became way too much of a jokester and a kidster. That was my problem with him, but I loved it still.
So,
but anyway, so yeah, we'll be on Mixer Tuesday, Wednesday your comic review, Thursday rants, Friday review. Is that what we have planned this week?
I think that's all we got going on this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with that though, with Mixer, because Mixer is an Xbox product, even if you don't have Xbox One, you can still log in and chat with us and laugh at us because we're bad. I've fallen off the boat a lot.
No, I'm gonna get shot from the cannon. And now
dude, you should get an Xbox One and join. I'm just saying.
That way we'd have another person when he decides to go off on one of his little treasure hunts and leave us all behind.
Oh my god!
Is that an island?
Who killed the skeletons on the island for you?
Yes, he is like Impulse from Young Justice.
Yeah. Me or the Flash? I think he's talking about the Flash.
I'm talking about you.
I think you're more like Beast Boy from Teen Titans.
No.
Squirrel.
No, I'd be more Impulse if I would. But, I mean, the fact is, yeah. So, Tuesday will be that. Let us know if you like it, though, because that may be a game to switch to instead of 7 days. If not, we'll see about 7 days back in.
We're looking at doing a rotation on it.
Yeah,
definitely. Because we still do, I just got a PS4. That's a bummer.
So, wait. The PS4 went out? Huh. My Xbox One's never gone out on me.
Neither is my 360, so...
Yeah, see, Flash.
Well, neither is my PlayStation 2.
You're talking about the Justice League movie, Flash. Which, yeah, he did seem more like Impulse. Then that's one thing I like. But anyway.
All right.
So, yeah. That's it, right? We're good?
Tuesday nights, we're going to be streaming on Mixer under both Shield Maiden and Vash Stampede.
As well as Geeks of the Web YouTube and our Twitch account. So I'll post that as well because I'll be hooking up to my computer for that.
We'll be getting our comic reviews on Wednesdays, as always.
Rants on Thursday. Friday, random review. Picked up 2 more board games to check out. So hopefully I can play them tomorrow and y'all can see.
All right, so
on that one,
we are going to go ahead and be signing out for tonight. So this is Shield Maiden signing out. As always, fly your geek flag high, everybody.
Keep it geeky, guys.
What they said.
Oh, you did not play the crap out of it. I'm going to say that real quick before I hit the stop stream. It's because I'm a nerd that I played the shit out of my Xbox. I'm going to text you.